What if everything you have been told about losing weight is actually making it harder than it needs to be? For most people, the word diet conjures up images of absolute suffering. We think of kale smoothies that taste like grass, waking up at 5 in the morning to run in the rain, and feeling so hungry that the wooden legs of the kitchen table start to look appetizing. We see the fitness influencers on Instagram shouting about the grind and showing off their 6 days a week gym schedules, and we just think, I cannot do that. So we do nothing. But here is the secret that the fitness industry does not want you to know. The most effective way to change your body is actually the laziest way. High intensity is great for a highlight reel, but it is terrible for the average person who just wants to fit into their jeans better. If you try to sprint from 0 to 100, you are going to burn out before you even reach the end of the driveway. Today, I am going to show you how to lose weight by doing less, focusing on what actually moves the needle, and ignoring the noisy nonsense that just drains your willpower. The biggest mistake people make is thinking that weight loss is a project with a start and an end date. You see it every January. People sign up for the most restrictive carnivore, keto, or paleo plan they can find. They lose 20 pounds in a month, look great for a minute, and then by March, they have gained it all back, plus an extra 5 pounds for good measure. This happens because they were chasing a goal instead of changing their identity. In the book Atomic Habits, there is a powerful distinction made between goal-based habits and identity-based habits. A goal is saying, I want to lose 50 pounds. An identity is saying, I am the type of person who stays active. When you chase a number on a scale, your brain sees every healthy choice as a chore you have to complete to reach a finish line. But once you reach that line, you stop doing the work. If you instead focus on becoming a person who values their health, the decisions become automatic. You stop asking what is the quickest way to lose weight and start asking, what would a healthy person do in this situation? It is a subtle shift, but it is the difference between a temporary fix and a permanent transformation. Let us talk about the math of the matter. To lose weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit. That is the non-negotiable law of thermodynamics. You have to take in less energy than you expend. But the lazy way to do this is not to starve yourself. It is to find your maintenance level and just shave a little off the top. A simple way to find your baseline is to take your body weight in pounds and multiply it by a number between 14 and 18. If you sit at a desk all day, use 14. If you are very active, use 18. If you are somewhere in the middle, go with 16. If you weigh 200 pounds and lead an average lifestyle, your maintenance calories are around 3,200. To lose weight sustainably, you do not drop to 1,000 calories. You just aim for about 20% less than your maintenance. That is your sweet spot. It is enough of a deficit to see progress, but not so much that you want to scream. Slow and steady is not just a cliche, it is a biological necessity. The hardest part for most people is tracking those calories. It can feel like a part-time job. The lazy solution is to only do it strictly for about 2 weeks. Think of it like a training period. After 14 days of logging your meals, you start to develop a mental database. You begin to realize that the handful of almonds you were snacking on actually has as many calories as a small meal. Once you have that foundation, you can stop being a slave to the app and start guesstimating with a high degree of accuracy. You just need to learn the language of food first. While calories determine if you lose weight, protein determines what kind of weight you lose. If you eat in a deficit but do not eat enough protein, your body will happily burn your muscle for energy. You end up looking like a smaller, softer version of your current self. This is what people call skinny fat. To avoid this, you need to prioritize protein. A good target for maintenance is about 0.4 grams of protein per pound of body weight. If you want to actually build muscle while you lose fat, aim for closer to 1 gram per pound. Now I know that sounds like a lot of chicken breast. The lazy hack here is to drink your protein. Start your morning with a shake or mix some protein powder into your coffee. If you can get 50 or 60 grams of protein out of the way before noon, the rest of the day becomes much easier. You won't feel the need to gorge yourself on huge meals because protein is incredibly satiating. It keeps the hunger monster at bay. Speaking of hunger, let us look at some lazy food swaps. You do not have to stop eating the foods you love. You just have to find the lower calorie versions. Use Greek yogurt instead of sour cream. Switch from white rice to cauliflower rice. Swap your sugary soda for a zero-sugar version. These small changes require almost zero extra effort, but they can save you hundreds of calories a day. Another great trick is the half-plate rule. When you sit down for a meal, put half of it in a container and put it in the fridge immediately. We often eat past the point of fullness just because the food is in front of us. If you have to get up, walk to the kitchen, and reheat the food, you give your brain enough time to realize that you are actually already full. It is a way of outsmarting your own laziness to your advantage. Now, let us get into the movement side of things. Most people think they need to do grueling cardio to lose weight. They spend an hour on the treadmill gasping for air. But high-intensity interval training, or HIIT, can actually backfire. It spikes your stress hormones and makes you incredibly hungry. You end up eating back all the calories you burned and then some. The laziest and most effective form of cardio is simply walking. If you can hit 10,000 steps a day, you are burning a significant amount of energy without putting your body into a state of panic. Walking is something you can do every single day without needing a recovery day. It does not require a gym membership or special shoes. Just get up and move. If you are feeling particularly lazy, get a walking pad for your house. You can get your steps in while you watch Netflix or play video games. It is movement without the mental tax of a workout. When it comes to the gym, less is more. You do not need to be there 6 days a week. In fact, training 3 days a week is often the sweet spot. Your muscles do not grow while you are lifting weights. They grow while you are resting. If you are always in the gym, you are never recovering. Focus on compound movements that hit multiple muscle groups at once. Things like squats, deadlifts, and bench presses are the big hitters. One exercise that works 5 muscles is much lazier and more efficient than 5 exercises that each work 1 muscle. Aim for 2 to 3 sets per exercise and stay in the 5 to 15 rep range. If you do this 3 times a week and focus on getting slightly stronger over time, you will see better results than the guy who is at the gym every day doing bicep curls until he passes out. The ultimate lazy hack, however, is sleep. This is the one thing people consistently overlook, yet it is the most important. If you are not sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night, your body is in a state of high stress. Your testosterone levels drop, your hunger hormones skyrocket, and your body clings to fat like its life depends on it. You can have the perfect diet and the perfect workout plan, but if you are only sleeping 4 hours a night, you are fighting a losing battle. Sleeping is literally the easiest thing you can do to lose weight. You are lying there doing absolutely nothing, and your body is busy repairing tissue and regulating your metabolism. If you want to be disciplined about your bedtime. Consistency is the glue that holds all of this together. It is better to have a mediocre plan that you follow every day than a perfect plan that you give up on after a week. This is where the 2-day rule comes in. Never miss twice. If life gets in the way and you have a bad day where you eat too much or skip your walk, that is fine. You are human. But do not let one bad day turn into 2. 1 day is a slip-up, 2 days is the start of a new habit. If you can just get back on track the very next day, you will maintain your momentum. Most people fail because they hit one bump in the road and decide to drive the car into the ditch. If you fall off the horse, you just get back on. You don't need to do a double workout to punish yourself. Just go back to your normal, lazy routine. At the end of the day, the laziest way to lose weight is to remove as much friction as possible. If you have to fight your willpower every second of the day, you will eventually lose. Make your environment work for you. Don't keep junk food in the house. If it is not there, you won't eat it. Set your workout clothes out the night before. If they are staring you in the face, you are more likely to put them on. The more you can automate your decisions, the less energy you have to spend on being healthy. Weight loss does not have to be a miserable, soul-crushing experience. It can be a series of small, lazy adjustments that add up to a massive change over time. Focus on your identity, hit your protein goals, walk more, lift heavy things a few times a week, and get plenty of sleep. If you do those 5 things consistently, the weight will take care of itself. You don't need to join a cult or spend a fortune on supplements. You just need to be smart about how you use your energy. Stop trying to be a hero and start trying to be consistent. The person who walks 3 miles a day for a year will always beat the person who runs 10 miles once and never does it again. Embrace the lazy way. It is more sustainable, it is more enjoyable, and ultimately, it is much more effective. Your future self is waiting for you, and they are a lot happier because you didn't make them suffer to get there. Now go take a nap or go for a walk. Either way, you are moving in the right direction. And that's the laziest way to lose weight, by making small, sustainable changes that actually last. If you enjoyed this video and want more science-backed fitness and health content, make sure to like, subscribe, and join Zion Labs. Thanks for watching.